Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Firefly Tarot, and welcome to my very special unboxing video of my very own first ever handmade tarot deck. Thank you guys for the support. I love you all. The wonderful comments and support of this project. So before I show you, I just wanted to explain to you what the theme was and I guess the rationale behind it. So a lot of you know that I am not quite an experienced artist. I just sort of dabbled a little bit here and there. I don't have the years of experience behind me, which is what I wanted for a project like this. I had all kinds of images in my head and I'm like, I can't draw a single one of those yet. So I had to kind of work with that in mind. I thought I wouldn't be able to create a deck at all with that, without the experience. But I figured out a way, Spirit led me to this way to create this deck without the years of experience. So I will explain that to you. But real quick before I do, I just want to let you know that below I have the links for the pre-order site. Now here's a bonus announcement. I haven't said this really to many people. My sister and I are going to be starting an online spiritual shop. So there we're going to be working on a lot of handmade spiritual products for healing, intention, just everything. I'm really excited for that because I just want to put my energy into the products and be able to give that to you guys. So that is something I'll talk about later, but that's the website that you're going to be viewing. Okay, so and one more thing about the website, I'm adding a blog, so I can add little things there. I'll talk to you guys more about that next time. Okay, so here we have it. Without further ado, here is my deck, the Child Tarot. So I think you see now what I meant by not having the art experience. So the idea behind this deck is I made it so that it looks like a child drew the images, and I'm sure that my own inner child came out and really had some fun with these images. So the white blobby characters featured throughout the whole deck, this is meant to look like a spirit, the spirit of a child. So it's formless, featureless, there's nothing there except just the pure spirit, okay? And you can see here that it is inspired by the Smith-Waite Tarot, which is, the classic Rider Smith-Waite images. So the Child Tarot is the title by me, Christina Firefly DeLucia. And then on the back, we also have my tagline, which is just here, a colorful journey of childhood, innocence, and nostalgia. Can you see that? It has all 78 cards. There are no repeating images in the cards. I wanted to make every single one unique. Okay, so I'm going to show you. This is the box. Okay, so let's take a look, see here. If I'm off center, I'm sorry, I'm using my phone and it's like blocked by the bar of the holder. Okay, so I want to show you the instruction booklet first. So here's the instruction booklet. I had to really condense everything severely. One day I might write it all. I'll put it maybe on a website or even a book or something like that. But these are very simple explanations for the purposes of just keeping the booklet small. One reason I have to wait a while to print these is because it is very costly. This would have cost like $1 million if I wrote what I wanted to write. So this is the first page. I got a laugh out of a lot of people because of this first page, but this is my child self. I don't know how old I am here, but the message is, may your inner child heal and be filled with light. So you're going to see in the introduction, which I'm about to show you, the whole point of me making this deck was to help to heal your own inner child, to bring you back to that innocence and purity and joy, the energy of childhood. Even if childhood wasn't a great place, because I understand that's like the reality for a lot of people, unfortunately, and it was for me too in a lot of ways. But the point of this deck, I poured all of my love into these cards, and just like with that in mind. Okay, and then the last page is my spirit kitty, my spirit guide. I based one of the cards off of him, and he says, thank you for taking this journey with us. So the last thing I want to show you before I show you the cards is that I did include some instruction here. This is nothing new, really. It's how to use the deck, how to shuffle, how to, you know, draw cards. I have that in my how-to videos, which I'll link below just in case you haven't seen them. But the introduction here, now this is the other little bit of the announcement. I have added this to the website under the blog section, and I'm so excited because this means I get to write in little snippets without being completely nuts about my perfectionism. So I'm going to add that below. If you want to read the full introduction, I will link that below in the blog, and you'll also see like a compilation of some old community posts that I have written over the years. Okay, so again, simple explanations here. Simple, simple, simple. That killed me. I wanted to say so much more. You guys know me. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you the cards. And before I forget, the actual cards themselves all have different titles because I base them off of, again, any kind of symbols of my childhood, any memories. Again, it's very nostalgic. I grew up in the 90s, so you're going to see very little technology, just anything that reminds me of childhood or was a part of my childhood. So here we go. The first card, the Fool, we have the game, okay? So it's dodgeball. He's, that's the whole point of the deck, is like that childhood is like a game, you know? I can't go into full explanation for all cards. I tried it in one take. It was like a half-hour video. It's too long. But here is the first, okay? So the game, the Fool. Here we have, you've seen this one already, Magic Tricks, the Magician. And he has all 4 suits there. I'll tell you about that later on. This is the High Priestess, Daydream. This is the Empress and the Emperor. So you can see Mama and Papa. That's what I called my parents. And that is my mom. And my dad. So yeah, she's sewing, and she's from the Philippines. So you can see she made her own dress. That's the Filipino flower right there. So we have the Emperor, the Empress. This one is supposed to be the Hierophant, the Teacher. The Lovers. This one I based off of meeting my own soulmate on Halloween. We have the Chariot, Go. Oh, sorry, did I even tell you the name of the one instead of the Lovers? Chariot, Go. Strength, Kitty. So I showed you that one already. Well, I alluded to it. There he is, Kitty. Strength card. We have the Hermit, the Loner. Of course, I included a journal because that was me. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Balance, Justice. The Hanged Man, as you can clearly tell. The monkey bars hanging around. This is the Death card, Roundabout. Little merry-go-round. Ferris wheel in the back. Is this making you feel like childhood? I hope so. Or think of childhood, rather. This is the Temperance card, Flow. This is actually supposed to look like the wings of the angel. Some of them might not seem immediately like relevant, but I did take creative liberties, of course. Like it's for the most part the traditional meanings, but I put in my own flair, as you can see. This is the Devil card, Monster in the Dark. This one is based off of, it's just in reference to something that I had once written for a scary story, scary novel that I'm still working on. The Devil. And this one is the Tower, the Trauma. So, you know, this one I do want to just explain briefly. You can see the seed here that was placed in the child's mind, that it grows into this gigantic, overwhelming tree to represent, you know, the unfortunate side of things as we do experience these traumas. And this is how it, you know, it affects us. Grows from the seed to the tree. There's a lightning bolt. Of course, I had to include this, the Fireflies. This is the Star card to represent hope and faith. And then you have the beautiful fireflies instead of stars, stargazing, firefly gazing. The Labyrinth, this is the Moon card. And then you can see here the labyrinth in the water, the reflection. This is the Sun card, Celebration. This is the Judgment card. I know this is a little loosely based here, but here's the Angel. Forgiveness. And then here we have the World card, the Win. As you can see, it is coming full circle from the first card, the Fool. So the Fool, the child, has won the game. Puts the dodgeball down. We're at the finish line. The fanny pack has turned into a backpack of knowledge and experience. And then in the background, you can see the new path is waiting with the Eagle Spirit Guide. So the child has won the game in the world. Now the 4 suits, I'll show you those. Let me just show you the aces, because I do want to briefly explain the meaning here. Okay, so the traditional suits, we have the suit of cups, water element. We have wands, which is fire. We have swords, which is air. And we have pentacles, which is earth. So here are my versions of that. We have the suit of imagination. Let me just put them down so you can see. Then I have summertime, cicadas, and then I have polynoses. Okay, so again, these are based off of some ideas or my thoughts of childhood in a general sense. The first thing that I think of when I think of childhood is imagination. So I was like, okay, how am I going to represent that? But I did represent it here through the swirl of blue light and then the 3 stars on the top. And then the next thing I thought of was summertime, because obviously, you know, like getting out of school, summertime playing, that was like one of the best things ever. And then I have cicadas because I always remembered cicadas when I was growing up. Just their reverberating song, the buzzing, it was something that stuck with me forever. And then we have the polynoses. It was just based off of, you know, the change of season. And there was one, I think it was fall. I don't remember. There was one fall where my sister she showed me how you can take apart the, like, you know, the polynose, and you can stick it on your nose and it just stayed there. And I just thought that was cute. Yeah, when I was doing this, I realized I barely had any memories of childhood, but the few that stuck through, you know, these are some of the things I remember. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I'm going to leaf through all of the cards of each suit. So again, it's cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. And you're going to see that each of these symbols here are repeated in every single card. You're going to see the swirl, not the popsicle, unfortunately, but the sun, the wing of the cicada, and the polynose. So those are going to be repeated here. One other thing I want to tell you is that the court cards, which is traditionally page, knight, queen, and king, mine are different. Mine are child, learner, healer, and master. I'll show you those later. Okay, so here we have the Ace of Cups, Ace of Imagination. You just saw that one. This is the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Imagination. You can see the swirls here represents love. The 3 of Cups, 3 of Imagination. 4 of Imagination. 5. 6. Did anybody do this? The 2 cans with the string telephone. 7 of Imagination, 8 of Imagination, 9, 10, and then, like I said, instead of page, we have child watering his little plants, turning into the big tree of imagination. We have the knight, the learner. Every learner or knight has a different mode of transportation in my deck, because, you know, because they're knights. Learner of imagination, which is knight. Then we have here the healer of imagination, which is the queen of cups. And then we have the master of imagination, which is the king of cups. So as you can see, the healer and master are connected by theme. So it's snow angel and snow man. Snow person, yeah. Okay, so that is the imagination suit. Now I'm going to show you the wands. Okay, so you saw this one already. The Ace of Summertime. And now we have the 2 of Summertime. They're using a fortune teller because this card has to do with looking into the future, and we used to do that all the time. Fortune teller. So 2 of wands, 2 of summertime, 3 of summertime. We used to fly kites and stuff. We have the 4 of summertime, or the 4 of wands. It does look like the original 4 of wands. And there's the fort, reading stories into the wee hours, sleepover. This is one of my favorite cards. I mean, the 5 of wands, the 5 of summertime, just battles and fighting and disagreements with the super soakers, the water guns. That was a great memory. This is the 6 of summertime, or the 6 of wands, representing victory. Instead of a laurel wreath, it's a balloon animal. We have the 7 of wands, 8 of wands, or of summertime, paper airplanes to represent the messages. This I had to put in there. This is the 9 of wands, or 9 of summertime, a card that represents battles and resilience, and the child is playing N64. Nintendo 64 is the video game system I grew up with. I don't know if you guys played that, and I still play it. 20-year-old machine, I still play it. We have the 10 of summertime, 10 of wands. The burden is now, instead of wands, it's the backpack, very heavy backpack. The child does not like that, going back to school, because the ending of summertime is here in this card. Then we have the child of summertime, the page of wands. Okay. The learner of summertime, or the knight of wands. Again, instead of a unicycle, here you have a skateboard with the little suns. And then here's the king and queen of wands, the healer and master of summertime. So we have the sunflower and the sun itself. He is, the king of wands is supposed to be like an entrepreneur kind of a persona. And so that's why I have a lemonade stand there. She does not need a sun featured in her card because she glows like the sun. She's very bright. Okay, that's wands. I have 2 suits left to show you. Okay, so you already saw this one. This is the cicadas suit. Everything represented by the wing. This is the swords and the element of sound, or the air element. Okay, so that's ace of cicadas. You have the wind chime cicada thing going on. You have the 2 of cicadas, needing to make decisions. 3 of cicadas, or 3 of swords. 4 of cicadas. 5. 6. 7. Yeah, deception. This child stole the other child's trophy. 8. 9. 10. This suit was really challenging for me, trying to figure out how to incorporate those little guys. Here it is with the splashes. And by the way, I'm going to say again in the comments, all of these images can be available for view on the website, just like if you want to actually look at the artwork and stuff, I have it all on the website. We have the child of cicadas, a page of swords. The learner of cicadas, the knight of swords. The fastest mode of transportation is the rollerblades. And then we have the king and queen of swords, which is the healer and master of cicadas. So the harp and then the grand piano. So they're masters or healers of sound. Okay. And then the final suit, polynoses, pentacles. So you saw this one already. Ace of polynoses. 2 of polynoses or pentacles. Seesaw, that's a classic. 3 of polynoses, 3 of pentacles. 4 of polynoses. 5. Can't play double dutch with the broken foot. 6. Arcade games. 7. 8 of polynoses. I don't know if you guys ever did that, but we did origami back in the day. Cranes, stuff like that. 9 of polynoses. Graduation, piggy bank, feeling accomplished. 10 of polynoses, just like getting gifts. Little doggy. And then we have the court cards, the child of polynoses. They actually have the polynose on their nose. The learner of polynoses, this is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving one, the most careful one. That's why they're wearing helmet and knee pads and elbow pads. Worker bees are down here. And then we have the final. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles, which is the healer and master of polynoses. The leaf, or the maple leaf, and the maple tree. All right, so that is my deck. And before you go, I wanted to just remind you about the website. Thank you guys so much for watching. I so appreciate all of you, your help, your support, your beautifully kind words. I'll give you more information along the way about the website and about the spiritual products that we're crafting. Again, I'm just wanting to put in pure energy, pure love, pure healing into these products, okay? So again, all of the information is below. I'm going to shuffle. If you want to stick around, I'll show you how they shuffle. All of the information is below to pre-order and to just look at the images on the website. The blog is something that you can comment on if you want. I'm going to be adding some nice topics for spirituality and mental health as well. Okay, so let me shuffle the deck if any of you wanted to see how well it shuffles. They are matte. I thought that would actually help. But at first, if you get the deck, they're going to feel a little slippery if you like washed your hands, but break them in and they'll be fine. Okay, so this is how they shuffle. This is the thickness of it. Let me just shuffle for you. It's a little close. Hang on. Just wanted to give you an idea of how they shuffle here. I'll show you this way. Whoops. So it's pretty flexible. It's really easy to shuffle. It's hard for me to do it while looking at the camera. Okay, so that's how they shuffle. I put a lot of thought into the shuffling because obviously for me personally, if I can't shuffle it, then what is the point? And that's it. That is my deck. Again, thank you guys so much. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts below. And if you do find any kind of errors, mistakes on anything, you know, whether it's the deck or the website, you know, don't be shy. That'll help me out. I can fix everything before it goes out to everybody. Thank you. And I will see you next time. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.